All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome. We're all doing well on this fine day. It's time to get this little show on the road. So without further ado, guys, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where you are around the world. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Back on, been a little bit under the weather, to be honest, been away, but also been a little bit sick, so I wasn't fit for streaming yesterday. I'm still struggling a bit today, but nonetheless I am here. See how long we can hang around and see what we can come up with moving forward here today. So you guys, I'm making my best efforts to stream and go ahead. So you guys need to do me a favor, and if you could, please do so. YouTube, make sure to smash that like button. TikTok, do hit that little screen for me. Let's get the masses onto the stream. Guys, any charts, any questions, anything you'd like to discuss, feel free to pop those into the chat. I'll get to you guys shortly. In the meantime, though, we will start with the analysis. We'll check the news to begin and see what we've got scheduled here today. All right, so moving forward during our particular session here today, nothing's scheduled actually at all. We got towards the end of the session some minor yellow folder news for the euro. Otherwise, moving forward, it's all about the US session again with PPI. Core PPI is going to be a big one on leading indicators for inflation. Just moving forward, just having a quick look what we've got tomorrow. So CPI tomorrow, so it's a big few days ahead for more so again US dollars. So again, that would mean gold likely be impacted. So for those who do trade into my session, just be a little bit wary of what's to come moving forward. But guys, let's get cracking. Let's start with the gold. No trades for me yet this week. Like I said, Monday I wasn't on the charts. I was away yesterday. I was on the charts for a little bit, but just couldn't find a quality entry. So let's see what we've got moving forward here today. So the weekly gold, once again, still in uncharted territories here. Previous week it was a very strong bullish candle. Current weekly candle is also forming a very strong bullish at the minute, with obviously a high low, higher high to the previous. So if we were to continue bullish, we don't really have much of a need to pop back down and break our own low. I'm not going to bother marking in, seeing we are quite a distance away from it either way. But what we could be looking for is likely to see what sort of levels we have formed, levels of support we have formed on the way up, whilst creating this strong bullish candle, and those levels could become our potential entry points, whether it be upon a break of a resistance or upon price pulling back to a support on one of the minor time frames. Onto the daily here, closed back a bearish candle on yesterday's candle. Kind of resembles one of those what they call in the crypto world a blow off top candle here, where it's obviously pushed quite bullish for a fair chunk of it, only to close back bearish, leaving a long upper wick. To me, I don't think it really indicates any sort of potential deeper pullback to come. It could just be another positive in price action. No lower wick, current candle is forming quite strong bullish. So what's likely happened, without really looking into it, during today's proceedings, gold probably popped down to create the lower wick. So it's kind of the residual volume left over from this candle that did not leave that lower wick, and is now pushing back bullish. And that is often what tends to happen when you see candles that don't leave wicks in the particular direction of the closure here. Generally speaking, the following candle ends up closing quite strong back in the opposite direction. So will that happen today? Obviously remains to be seen. But what we're going to do is mark in the current daily candles high. Let's also mark in the current daily candles low, just to see what we've got either side of those levels. Onto the 5-hour time frame here, definitely still bullish in structure. Nothing has changed in regards to that. The candle is about to close. So we've formed a higher low here. Looking at the 4-hour, looks like there is a good chance it could come back up to reclaim and retest and potentially create a new all-time high. So with the candle about to close, we won't mark in, actually we will mark in a resistance at the high. Make our way down to the 15-minute time frame. So we're definitely going to be bullish in our bias. Looking at the 15-minute time frame here, that has also flipped back bullish. Did briefly flip bearish, but it is back bullish, and in my opinion will remain bullish until closes back below the 4-hour support. So back of that, guys, I have an overwhelmingly strong bias to the upside. No surprise, is there? So therefore, I would prefer to buy it. The options are, we are currently running into the resistance, which is at the daily high. It's choppy to the left. We go down to the 5 minutes. It's just going to be a mess, as we can see. So by the looks of it, if we were just to shift this horizontal up to just a bit above the current daily candles high, there is cleaner traffic above that point there. So that could be a first potential option. I like the fact that we triggered in some sellers at this point. So price was to now trap those sellers, push beyond that 36.49.50, close above it, retest. At that point there, I'd be happy to look for potential options to take a buy on gold to potentially retest the all-time high yet again. Otherwise, guys, what we've also done within the current daily candle is form some minor support around that 34 to 31 sort of region. Price was to just drop back down to that level there, then I would be awaiting a price action signal from that level or above that level to look for a potential buy to retest again the current daily candles high. So that currently is what I'd be looking at. Further options would be obviously buys upon a deeper pullback to the 4 hour support. Same thing, when a big strong uptrend. That would be my preference to look for the potential buy options. Now, would I entertain sells? What do I need to see? Don't really have much, guys, because we've got 4 hour candle probabilities to the upside. Other than the daily candle, the previous daily, which left no lower wick. For me, normally, if this was this, if I was to look for a price action entry based off that rejection, this candle pushing back up, seeing it's created a lower wick and it's pushing back up, what I'd generally be looking at is if this was the 15 or 30, for price to break its own low again. So if you did the same thing on the daily, you don't even have clean traffic to the left, to be honest. It could be a potential entry point. I'm more about buying it, guys. Sells, I'm going to need to see a bit more than just one bearish candle here. We have formed some minor support and we are respecting that level. Perhaps if we close below it, there could be a cheeky little counter trend sell option, but otherwise, guys, I'm just going to stick to the bias, stick to the overwhelmingly strong uptrend, and look for potential buy options here on gold today. Hopefully it made sense, guys. If you could, once again, YouTube, smash the like button. TikTok, please hit that screen for me. Numbers are quite down, which is kind of to be expected, seeing I've missed quite a few days in a row. But all good, we'll get the numbers back up pretty quickly. So that is the gold. Now we can turn our attention to GJ. I may just use this chart actually. This is a chart I marked up, sent into the members group. We'll quickly go through the analysis though. We've got the weekly. Previous weekly was a weak bullish candle, still respecting the resistance here to the left. Also respecting support, with previous resistance, which has been turned support around that 198.50. Current candle high, low, higher high to the previous. Pulling back within it though, really not much we can make of the actual weekly candle itself. Daily is just an absolute mess yet again. It's just, every time I tend to look at this pair these days, it's just like a yo-yo. Back and forth, it just gravitates to resistance and rejects it, back down to support and bounces back off it. No direction whatsoever, just pure utter mess on the higher time frame here. So generally speaking, this normally leads to a deep a push, whether it be down or up. This accumulation zone here, so liquidity being built up into the market. Really nothing we can make of that particular candle itself, the previous daily. 4 hour. Now let's quickly look at the structure here. And it's not an easy one to determine, I'll tell you that much. High, it's bullish. Yep, it's bullish. Anyway, let's now go to the 30. So the 4 hour is bullish and the counter probabilities are to the upside as well. Current count still got 3 hours remaining. So on to the 30. And that is bearish. So look, technically the bias is neutral. Technically. So therefore you could really look for options either direction. So what I marked up here for the members was closures above 199.580. Definitely want to see a closure above. This rate, it is rejecting. It looks like it's not going to close above, so I'd still be waiting on GJ. Otherwise, I'd be looking for price to pop up towards 199.750 to 80, that sort of region, 850, and look for rejection of this liquidity zone to the left-hand side. The only other option would be buys from support. That's pretty much it for me on GJ. Once again, I'll put that pair to bed for quite some time now, but anyway, it's a popular one for most of you. Alright, in the meantime, guys, back to the goal. And let me say good day to those of you who have been kind enough to say good day in the chat. One moment. Alright, Peter J, good morning to you, mate. Welcome. Cool, good morning to you. Franco, morning, brother. Hope you're well. Tony Gold, Grand Rising to you too. Oliver, morning from UK. Nice one, brother. Good afternoon. From the land of Thai. TikTok. With TikTok today, there's only 12 people on stream. Smash the screen for me. My comments. That's meme. This is profit taking. The bias is also long. Yeah, I think it's very hard to trade against the trend at the moment, to be honest. I'd say we're in an uptrend and then some profit taking towards the support. Yeah, there's definitely going to be profit taking in between. I'm personally have to believe gold will continue still for quite some time, to be honest. It's going to have its pullbacks, but again, still remember a particular person in the audience saying gold's going to go back to $1,200. Mark my words. That was his comments. Then trend continuation. Yep. Quick explanation. Thank you. Likewise. Born Champion, more to you. Caramella, thank you for sharing the live and following at the same time. Thank you. Good morning to you too. And Captain, good morning. Neo, Ausdollar's been actually on a bit of a tear. Fortunately, not against the currency I want it to be on a tear against. That is highly correlated to gold. That is the Thai baht, and gold going up, so is the Thai baht. So, what can you do? But nonetheless, the question was AU, and AU is definitely pushing strong bullish throughout this week. Yeah, strong bullish candle weekly. So back of that, be likely looking for further upside potential daily, very similar to that of gold. But we're almost engulfing that previous daily candle already. Strong level of resistance though in a higher time frame. A key level around that 6,600 flat region, which we are currently hovering above. So I believe if you're looking for the longer term sort of plays, I'd want to be above 6,600 flat, a closure above that point. And then good chance we're coming out towards 6680 and beyond if it is to continue the momentum to the upside. On to 4-hour time frame here, we can see it is at that resistance. I'll be marking that in. Structurally, I know it is bullish, quite easy to determine. We can mark in that support. So let's see, above it, really can drag that across to the highest point. Once again, we're going to have clean traffic once we pop above that 66,250 in regards to the 4-hour time frame. So we'll just mark that in. We'll likely be looking for the buys above that point. We'll make our way down to the 30-minute time frame just to see if it is the highest point of the bearish candle. If not, I would adjust it ever so slightly, and I will be. Alright, so that's the point where I want a closure above 66,210. Closure above that point there. On the minor time frame, and I do believe will likely continue to push bullish. Sorry, just want it to be spot on here. All right, that's better. Aside from that, 30-minute structure is also bullish, has flipped back bullish. I would preference the buys, in all honesty. If you were to look for sells, in this sort of circumstance, I'd rather wait for at least a 4-hour candle closing back bearish and correlating the that like lower high, lower low, and with maybe 15-minute structure within the actual structure itself forming bearish. I don't think you have a catalyst to sell it. It is at a key level, so I would be tempted to. But what I want to see is support confirmed. Definitely want to see a closure below support. Definitely want to see price retest support and then begin to pull away. Do have some clean traffic to the left. So if you were to look for a counter trend sell, that's just let it form a bit of structure. Try to just jump in because of the level it's at. Because the push within the current daily is very strong to the upside. So it just triggered in some more liquidity, picked up some sell orders, trying to trap those, close above, and then continue to push bullish. So let it form that structure, let it pop below to support, retest it, begin to pull away from it. Otherwise, preference buys above. As I mentioned, I don't know if you can see that. Yep, buys above or buys from support. That would be my personal opinion of AU. So back to the gold. Excuse the lag, guys. To my members, let me send you guys the link if you wish to join the call. Who? Morning to you. NXY, I think I'll probably sell or buy. I'm waiting for preferencing buys here on gold. Thank you to new followers and good to see the numbers starting to go up there on TikTok. Guys, once again, TikTok, if you could, make sure to like the stream. Smash that screen for me. And same as you guys, YouTube, if you could, please do so. Volatility vault you're selling here, fair enough. What do I think of your sell? I'm bullish on gold. So too often what I see happen when price is in a very strong uptrend, or in a downtrend, the opposite direction, or too often what I see is when it looks like it's, maybe going to sell off, trigger in some sell orders, traps those sell orders, and then begins to push back bullish in line with the trend. Happens too often. It's gotten to the point where it will be eventually a new entry. I've been screenshotting every time it happens, and it's been happening all too often. More so when price is really trending. So to me, gold has been trending. It's cooling off a bit at the minute, but it has definitely been trending. So I'm very hesitant to sell it because it looked good here potentially for a bit of a sell-off, and since it's just consolidating. So personally, I'm likely going to avoid the sells and just wait for either pull back buy or buy above the resistance here. What time frame? This is 15-minute, predominantly 15. Apple user, good day to you. Becky Effects, good morning, bro. From Jamaica, good morning to you. On Champion, can you send me a link to your channel? No, not to the VIP. You need to be a VIP to access that link. I have something going out soon in regards to that, by the way. Jeffrey, you're going short? Okay. As long as you guys have a plan and you're not going to just, and you've got a stop loss, I was going to say, and you're not just going to set and forget, not place a stop loss. Because you got to remember, it's in a big, strong uptrend. So yes, at some point, it's going to pull back. But yesterday, it did close back a bearish candle. But don't try to always fight the trend, because it could almost certainly continue bullish. Was it the last stream when I had someone in the TikTok chat adamant he was going to sell off, willing to put his house on it, was saying I had no idea what I was talking about. After the stream, it pumped. And look at it since. So, because The trend is bullish. Extremely, extremely bullish. Looks like I purchased at the right time as well in regards to some physical. Born Champion, links are in the description of on my profile page. Naga P30 buy model going to sweep old highs. Yeah, I also have the belief at some point it will. I'm bullish as well. There's nothing wrong with having a bias. Normally I'm fluid within a market, so I'm not so fixated on a bias. But when a bias is so strong, which it is in this case, and I just don't see any real clean opportunities to the downside, take a counter trend trade, I'm more likely just to, in this case, stick to the bias and trade in line with the trend and structure. Joel, good morning once again. Been long, thank you for sharing a live, by the way. And once again, thank you to new followers. Generally speaking, I hold Monday to Friday. I've been a little bit absent of late. Carmella, thank you, by the way, for sticker. I just noticed it. Not sure how long ago you sent it, but thank you. Nonetheless, do appreciate it. Pure, yes, 15 minute. Just at a pretty strong level of liquidity though here in the minute. This blue zone, looking at the 5 minute, definitely is a zone of accumulation here. So often price will be drawn to it like a bit of a magnet. Let's see how price reacts to it. So therefore, I'm not willing to buy into it. It may have a interruption play presenting shortly. We definitely need to close a bit stronger though. So interruption play, it means when we engulf the pause candle here, looking for a limit order buy back at the height, that pause candle lines up with the Asian session highs as well. So what this needs to do in the next minute is push this candle. It has to close quite significantly above the Asian range high. I know Asian session is technically still open, but for the parameters I have this set to, or I like it to be set to, for the actual Euro open. So if we close significantly above it, we could have a potential buy option at the high of this particular candle itself, the bearish candle, but it doesn't look likely to do so in the next 40 seconds. Oh yeah, news, there is only into MY session, API. Anything could happen, as we know. Steve, morning to you, brother. Hope you're well. So, Brizzy, you're in a buy already from Nigeria. Nice one. Yeah, I mean, you're in the right direction. Alright, it's not going to close strong enough, guys, but it looks at how far 8 pips in this scenario would need to close stronger. So Crizzy, first time, don't forget to sub and yeah, join on the regular. You learn a lot just by watching. Very disciplined stream. I give away a lot of free information, which a lot of you take away and make good use of. Man, good day to you. Yes, would appreciate if you guys could give it a like. You want, Brett, mate? DS good afternoon to you, brother. Welcome. Zas meme, what would to be? I'm not oh, TP. TP, look, it depends. I'm a scalper, so I'm in and out quickly. My target will probably be the high of this resistance personally. I would have preferenced it to close a little bit stronger, in all honesty. Especially with what the volume of late. The volume has been quite strong. These candles are quite deep. For the most part, they're about 50 plus pips. Some obviously are less. One good thing, it's not quite broken high of that previous candle. What would be the high of that particular bearish candle? 2645.34. Yeah, it's a cheeky little option if anyone is interested. Limit order buy back in high of that bearish candle. We'll be retesting the Asian range high. A stop loss would need to be below the bullish candle, but I would render it or determine it to be invalid if this candle begins to break the high of the previous, which is not done so just yet. To be honest, what would be better in this situation is if we start to print some strong bullish candles here. So for instance, if this one ends up doing something like so, this candle closes, for instance, like so. Alright, so it's not valid anymore, guys. Then what we've done is we've cut through. At that point, we've cut through some of this traffic to the left-hand side here, which is 5-minute consolidation. Then what I'd be looking for is the limit order buy. I'd be much more comfortable in that situation. And that will be in anticipation of price pulling back to tap into the high of that bearish candle, where what we often see in accordance to this particular entry type is price reacts to that particular pause candle. Generally speaking, we get enough to get to break even, secure some minor profits, and sometimes it will continue to push, especially in the higher time frame. It's a very strong entry. Talking about even the weekly and daily time frames, it's a really strong entry. High win rate. Generally speaking, we've got a really high win rate. So that's potentially what I could be looking at now, guys. So I'm not going to set the limit order, not valid, but it could be once again in about 11 a bit minutes from now. Zaz Beam, you're in a trade since 36.14 with TP 57. Okay, nice one. Just don't take a loss because you're in some decent profit. There's some Vic, missed you on Friday, Monday. Did you stream? No, mate, I was away. I wasn't at home. I wasn't at my home office, so didn't have access to a computer. Had a big weekend, to be honest. That's why I think I got sick. Self-inflicted, but you live once. Bit of fun. Consider buying gold. I think it's always a pretty good time to personally to accumulate gold. Trading wise though, yeah, I mean, some of you might be in a buy. I'm waiting for a confirmation here. Digger the boss, can S now sell? I assume you mean? No, not for me, no. I'm only interested in buying gold. Yeah. That's me. Yeah, it's stop loss break even. I always do that. Trade has moved $10, nice one. At least you're following a plan, so that's a good thing. So, Crizzy, I will share your link to my links. Nice patience you got. Thank you. Appreciate it. So a quick scope of the markets. GJ closing above. Alright, GJ looking quite interesting here. So what I would preference is the 30-minute closing above. And what that would mean is the 15 minutes going to create a little bit of a pause, leaving a long wick projection to the downside into the zone below. So if it closed weak bearish back above it, GJ would be actually quite a nice price action entry. You've got clean trap to the left. So what I would personally do, I trade it, was look for this counter to once again close above, weak bearish. But wait, that's going to close the M30 back bullish, back above the resistance, which I've got marked in here. Wait, the following counter to create a lower wick. Doesn't necessarily need to retest, as long as it's got a bit of lower wick, begins to break above the little pause candle high above the previous resistance. I mean, that will be a pretty nice option to take it by. Just bear in mind there isn't a great deal of margin to the upside, but it looks like you could get quite a small stop loss as well by the looks of things. So still got access to maybe a one-to-one trade there. A little bit better at the minute. So to me, it's looking like a decent potential entry moving forward. EA, strength in the Aussie dollar at the minute. It looks to be strongest of the majors. EA in a bit of a downtrend by the looks of it. Daily strong, weekly strong bearish, daily at support, bearish candle probabilities, 4 hour bearish structure at, well, there's a little bit of room actually to support. Drawing that in as resistance to the M30. Bearish as well. So I preference the sells. Clean trap to the left. So your options are, what I do like is true in buyers. So your option is to look for continuation sells. Again, let price trap those buyers. Close below, retest, likely to continue down to the 4 hour level. Otherwise, I'd be looking for pullback sells on EA. Nothing to the upside, personally, for me. We'll skip GA for now. GU. Quickly do the analysis on it. Weekly, high low, weak bullish candle in the previous. Daily, it's similar to gold, but we can see it's not, again, it's similar to AU as well, but AU seems to have more strength at the minute. So in this circumstance, we might get a high and low, but it continue bullish. So we've already created a low wick, not much need to pull back and retest the low of the day. If we do, it'll lead to a deeper pullback. 4 hour, let's look into that, and that appears to be bullish in structure. In that there as well. It's at current levels on the 4 hour time frame, and the M30 we've got a level just where we are currently at. Change that to blue. So we want to be above, just a bit above that daily high for some buy options. 30-minute structure, I'd argue, is actually flip bullish. So there you go. So if triggered in sellers at the resistance, if we trap the sellers close above, good chance it's going to continue bullish, potentially up towards that 4 hour resistance again. Aside from that, be waiting for price to pull back to the 4 hour support for a potential buy. Sell options. Well, it just depends. We'll get a cheeky little counter trend sell here below support, but I don't think you're going to have the margin. Otherwise, yeah, I'd wait for price to pop up to the 4 hour resistance for sells. And quickly, last but not least, I will analyze EU because I know there'll be someone who eventually ask about it. Weekly, similar to GU, but we've flipped back bearish here. We're pretty much at our open. Daily, so a bit of weakness here in the euro by the looks of things. Let's just mark in again the high and low. Previous daily to close back bearish. While our structure is bearish, so the euro is actually going to be, looks like it will have a bearish bias by the looks of things. Nice strong engulfing counter that previous flyer. 30-minute, does resemble a swing. Yeah, that's bullish. It's a bit of a mixed bag. It's technically bearish for bias, but wouldn't be opposed to looking for buy options. What I would look for is not above the current daily counters high. I'd be looking for price to pop up to the 30-minute resistance one, 17,250, and see how it reacts to that. If it rejects, we end up back below. I'd be definitely keen to look for a sell back down towards the current daily candles low. And that's probably the best option, to be honest, in EU. Doesn't look crash hot, in all honesty. GJ rejecting. And gold. Alright, so we are now triggering some sellers. Once again, would have preferred for this counter push and push strong bullish. It could be a little bit of a wait. Thank you to my Thai friend for sending that sticker. There's been decent lots as well. It's on a 400k FTMO funded, so I'm always been minimizing losses. Nice one. Yeah, Arafin, just popping in and see how it's going. All good, mate. Hope you're well. 3,900. No, I've not answered. There is no valid entry for me at the minute. Yeah, so hopefully September will bring the volume when it comes to the London session. Because the London session, for the most part, has been quite rank and boring for the last maybe 6 or so weeks. I found last 3 or so weeks I've been trading more during the Asian session. Usually very early into the session, not too late. This means I like to get out and do my own thing, go to the gym, have a coffee or whatever. Peace. Quickly having a look at Bitcoin. These were zones from a few days, assuming last week sometime. Yeah, to me, Bitcoin is still very bullish as well. Without going too deep into the analysis, to mention the last month or so, really, as long as 105 is quite a key level, but also as long as it really remains above 100. See by the looks of some of the altcoin prices that they've been keeping on as well. Alright, pretty strong rejection that previous M15. So still no entries, guys. Just waiting patiently.
Justin.
Franco, how are you, brother?
Hey,
How's it going?
fine, and you?
Not bad.
So, did you have an hangover?
More than one. there were a few hangovers of the day. But it was good fun. But yeah,
You had a nice time, yeah.
definitely. But paid the price because
Okay.
had a sore throat.
So imagine you would be older.
Oh mate, this reminded me why I don't like to drink to get to the point where you pretty drunk and feel a hangover. But yeah, it was definitely good fun. But hostel, yeah, money spent money like it was nothing, to be honest, which wasn't great. But it's good fun.
But having fun is not payable.
Yeah, you need it. It's definitely need it sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you are fully recovered today, yeah?
Not quite. To be honest, I'm still definitely not 100%. But did manage to go to the gym today, so yeah, definitely a lot better though. Finally had a bit of sleep last night, so which helps. But how about yourself? How's things?
Yeah, it's okay. So weather is changing here.
Yeah, getting cooler.
Germany's colder. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I have some issues with my garage. There's some
Oh, okay.
water intrusion there. But okay. So but
It's the main thing.
drilling wise, so there was not really something great last days. Hopefully.
Yeah, it seems to have gold push. It continues to push, doesn't it?
Yeah. I sent my analysis, my trading analysis to the team. It's more or less as you.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more aggressive on sales.
Just one moment, trying to
Yeah, for sure.
fix these settings again. I don't know why every time I stream it tends to reset. I'm not sure. GU. So let me have a look at your chart.
So, yeah, as you are also buys above the recent
Highs above.
support there,
Yep.
resistance there, but I'm already taking some sales maybe if I close.
Oh, okay. Let me. All right. Yep. Yeah, if you get the closure below.
Yeah, on the M30 it looks a little bit better as on the aggressive on
Yep.
sell.
Fair enough.
Also yesterday, I was also, when I sent the chart to the team yesterday, I was also very bearish to that, and today also.
Yep.
I have a question, Justin, about your this
About
table for the Asian session.
Asian session, yeah.
Yeah, this is a normal indicator coming out of the trading view.
One moment, mate. I really need to try and fix this setting. I can't.
Okay. Yeah.
Just give me 2 seconds. I should be able to figure this out pretty quick. All right. Right now?
Yeah. So question was
Yep.
the Asian indicator. Which is the name of this indicator?
On gold or?
No, I mean the indicator for the Asian session.
Ah,
This Asian session indicator.
this one here, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So what is the actual indicator you mean?
Correct the name of that
Oh, it's
indicator.
Asian range, Nico 4948.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good, but you have to adjust the settings. That's the thing. I've got it set to.
I have another one, and yeah, you need to adjust the settings for the session itself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've got it set to the actual Asian Open, Tokyo Stock Exchange Open, and sorry, Tokyo Currency Exchange Open, and the EU Open.
yeah,
That's what I've got mine set to.
I'm looking for mine. Okay, I set it for London Open here.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, technically it's still open. Asian session.
Yeah, when I look to my C trader here and trading sessions, there is still Tokyo, Singapore, and Frankfurt.
Yeah, it's still open for quite some time, to be honest. So it's just, you know, it's what I prefer to see, like how price reacts to around the Euro Open.
Yeah, not bad, absolutely. So
Alright, fix the setting. I can now hear you properly. Every single time. Not sure why. BB trading, Zasmine, don't check your DM. If someone from the chat is sending you a DM, welcome. The scam. QC, entry zone. There is no entry at the minute. No, g'day to you, brother. Hope you're well. Oh, hope you're well, mate. Welcome. Yep, better late than never. Ari, tell me how to study Forex. Watch the streams, mate. You'll learn a lot. Oh, let's go to this particular. Gotta be careful what I say in case I get banned. Just have a look at the chat. I'm about to type something for free as well, so that will help you a lot when it comes to terminology and just basics when it comes to Forex trading. I do have a video on pins. It's actually pinned to my my channel profile on YouTube. It's at the very top, so that will also help you. Probably another reason why I got sick, because it did a sweat rain the whole time I was in Bangkok. It literally stopped for 5 minutes here and there, but it rained cats and dogs. I was freezing. Going into all these places, 7-Eleven is the worst. It's just so cold in there from the aircon, and you're already drenched. And I hate carrying around an umbrella. I just hate it, especially if in the evening if you're going out somewhere. Went to a few bars, pubs, clubs, and they're freezing, all freezing. It's an issue. The aircon, they pump the aircon. I know it's warm climate, but it's freezing. I actually complain in one place, not being rude. I just I'm sorry, I gotta pay my bill and go. It's too cold in here. So it probably didn't help when it comes to falling ill. Man, hot beer help? Nah, hot beer's never good. What's going on, team? You guys in TikTok chat are extremely quiet today. Usually got some expert already calling gold to go back to 3,000. Watch it, it's going to happen by tomorrow. Or the opposite. Or the fact that I don't have any idea what I'm doing. That's another one, which kind of strange. Very quiet in the gallery today. Oh, not really, nah. I see what you mean, below the support. But to me, it's just, it looks like one of those scenarios where it's going to trap those sellers, it's going to trigger in some sellers, and then it's just going to rebound. I don't really want to be caught out in that. Like so. Seen it happen all too often. So I'm preferencing the buy options here. We've got just over 15 minutes, about 16 minutes until London Open. Yeah, it really has to close below. But on 15, but it has to close and retest green candle memory. Yeah, I think that's a safer option. Hunter waiting for session open. I assume me. That's fair enough. That's me. Stick to the plan and don't let this single candle lead the trade. No, of course not. I never do. Always stick to my plan. Probably one of, if not the most disciplined streamer. And that's why I'm not afraid not to trade. Not going to trade for the sake of it. Nothing presents. Right now, we're just consolidating gold. There is no clear direction. That's me. And then is the reaction. Good to hear. So what strategy you use, or do you have your own? It's my own, mate. It's my own. I don't use A.C.T. I don't use SMC. I don't even know what SMC is, in all honesty. And nor do I really know what A.C.T. is. Not enough, anyway. It's just plain simple price action based on a preferred direction, using my particular levels where I want to get involved, and using some particular entry signals. So there is different ways I can go about it. There's continuation trades, there's limit order trades, support resistance trading. There's many different ways, but it all comes down to pretty much price action, and it's quite simple to follow. For my group, I have a course, which again, it's in the process of being updated. But for the most part, no matter the only difference in your entries is basically the levels it's at. But for the most part, the actual signals presenting on each individual candle is pretty much the same. There's a couple of options. So it isn't that difficult to follow. But to explain it all to you in one hit in a few minutes, forget about it. You're just gonna have to watch. I prefer to buy the record. Yeah, I totally understand that. Tony Gold, it's always big moves after consolidation. Yeah, generally speaking, that's what consolidation does. It accumulates orders, liquidity from the market in order to make another move. Does mean we don't know even. I agree, I do the same thing. Sounds like we do the same thing, to be honest. Try to understand your way of thinking. Fair enough, mate. Yeah, I just do what works for me. I have many people coming onto the chat or in the chat and mention where some fair value gap, price needs to bounce off, whatever. Does not at all influence my decision. Not one bit. We have one particular entry called the IC entry, but it's nothing to do with I.C.T. It's interruption candle entry. It's pretty much a favorite of the group, especially on the higher time frame. Does this mean? Yeah, no, it's levels, mate. Give the level whatever name you want. Maybe it's a little, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I just support resistance. So crazy, gold is all-time uptrend. It is still in a very strong, extremely strong uptrend, as is silver. Silver's been absolutely rampant as well. How's that for an uptrend? Just check this out, year to date. I'm a huge fan of silver. It's my number one. Yeah, I gotta be careful what I say, otherwise I could get it back. Put it this way, if I went to 7-Eleven and I was a kid and I was told to choose an ice cream, it's my favorite ice cream. That's... So make that what you will. Year to date, silver 44.88%. Let's just check gold. Strong, more expensive asset class, so it would obviously take a bit more to push it. Let's just see anyway. $41.4. So silver's outperformed gold slightly, just ever so slightly. Yeah, I do believe silver is highly undervalued still. Even though that being said, it is up at all-time highs against quite a lot of the major currencies, just not the US dollar. And I do believe it will get there.
Just another question to GU.
Yep.
About the interruption candle on the M30 time frame.
Yeah, yep. What are we looking at?
Yeah, would you...
Oh, just there?
No, I would say more on the left side. No, below. No. On this big bearish candle, this red one, bearish candle.
Yeah.
Which you are, correct? So above this, would you consider So if you look to the recent bullish candle, which left a long wick to the downside.
Yeah.
So if you go to the left to this bearish,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, would you consider this as an interruption candle?
To be honest, this is more what we call the cluster interruption, and that would actually be there. It wouldn't have tapped in. Yeah, I mean, obviously tapped into that point. May have tapped into that point as well. No, personally speaking, I would have had it just a little bit lower down.
Yeah, I was uncertain, therefore I was asking.
Yep. No, fair enough. It's generally speaking, it's the last out in the opposite direction to the push. But it could be worthwhile, you know, gathering data on that as well, like the actual resistance as opposed to the last candle in the opposite direction there. Yeah, I mean, could be one to screenshot and pay attention to.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem, mate. Alright, so 7 minutes till session open, and gold is pretty much where it's at since we've started the stream. Thank you to new sub. By the way, TikTok guys, do think about jumping across the YouTube stream at some point, at least joining or subscribing to the YouTube channel. Reason being, in case, who knows, TikTok would be banned. Very strict with it all, so if I go missing, you know where to find me. Exact same profile name. Streaming on both TikTok and YouTube at the same time. Dylan Diesel, bad. Been in buys since August 13. My BD just decided to leave them. Hit the rest. Nice one. Yeah, good work. Empire Hunter, A.C.T best. Fair enough, if that's what works for you. Well, best for me. Your price action is number one for me. Luto, are you buying something? Looking for buys, preferencing buys. Here's my bar, g'day to you. This meme, I reckon one of the reasons gold is taking profits now is because it's crossed 100k euro per kilo at. Not sure, to be honest, but I don't doubt you. So Crizzy, yep, sorry, I mentioned that. Bank, hello to you. Once again, welcome to everyone on both TikTok and YouTube. Thank you to new followers and new subscribers. We're all doing well. Then Gel, Stel, no, I'm only interested in buying it, to be honest. Empire Hunter, I love retailer so much. All right. 5 minutes. 5 minutes until session open, guys. Let's see. Unknown PSC? No, I'm not in. YouTube's sure gonna get rid of that trace taken. Been in some good form. Been in some really good form. Right on 80% that stream record. I'm just being patient about things as always. Paraffin just finished meeting with my course, I think you meant tutor. Something. That's all right. Best of luck with it. Future, what am I currently waiting for buying? So my options are at this rate. I really want price to either A, pop above the resistance here. This is a pretty strong accumulation zone. We've got 5 minute here. Prices often will gravitate like a magnet to these sort of areas of accumulation where we're triggering buyers and sellers. So if we were to trap those sellers just now and continue live the uptrend, and I want to see a closure above that level in order to give me the confidence that we need to continue bullish. So that's above 36.49.50 roughly. Aside from that, I would just be simply waiting for price to pop back down towards the support here, right at 36, 34 to 32 sort of region, and await a price action catalyst from that area as well. That is my personal preference. That is pretty much what I'm waiting on gold here. Again, that's my plan. That's what I'll be following. Right now, we're pretty much right where we were to begin the stream today. So it's just consolidating. There is no clear direction. Sure, figures all good. Keep an eye on the space, guys. I might have something interesting, very interesting for you guys in the next day or two, or few days, or maybe next week. Anura? Sell? Anura, sorry. No, I'm looking for a buy. Yeah, I'm preferencing a buy here today. I'll get a hair transplant. Should just jump on the screen for witness something shock you guys. Nah, I actually like being bored, to be honest. Suits me. Yep, and I parted ways many years ago. Sorry, mate.
So yeah, you and Geo's coming down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright, at least that potential levels to buy from.
Yeah, it makes me a little bit more difficult.
Yep.
Or maybe actually.
Yeah, very similar, to be honest. Carl saying, but one day just laughs and getting stick on with. Yeah, would be hilarious if I actually did on stream. Sebastian, morning to you, mate. Hope you're well. Empire Hunter, you're doing awesome and keep it going. Make them growing retailer. No idea what you're talking about, mate. I'm not telling anyone to take buy or sell at the moment. I'm saying sit tight, chill, wait for a confirmation. We don't have it just yet. It's market open, session open, 1 minute in almost, and still got nothing in regards to any potential entry for me anyway. Now, there's going to be a lot of people wanting to sell it. Just be careful. Not interested in themselves at the minute. Just quick-ish. Market is sell zone. If you think it is, you go for it. Batman, Again, we trap these sellers close above the resistance at 36.49.50. I'll be happy to look for a buy, otherwise buying from support back at 36.32 to 33.34, that sort of region. TikTok counting, TikTok scouting program. Time frames, this is the M15. Predominantly the M15, but look at the higher and also the 5 minute. Look at the 4 hour, we'll look at the 30 and hourly time to time as well. Let's quickly look at it actually, yeah, 30 minute to begin. Excuse the lag. Yeah, 30 minutes is consolidating. Does look like this level could hold. Hourly as well, looks like exhaustion to the upside. The 4 hour, to me, we've got counter probabilities being to the upside, so if it was to break its own high, would be enough to suggest it's going to continue to push bullish, and I'd again just preference it above 36.49.50. Batman Gold is bullish, I agree, it's very bullish. Batman's just open, wait for an hour before entry up. I don't necessarily need to wait an hour before entry. If I had a price action catalyst, I'd be taking a trade right now. But I don't have it. So I don't think you need to wait until now into a session or 30 minutes or 15 minutes. I think if you've got a valid entry, you take it when it presents. Personally, I just don't have one at the minute. Sebastian, are you dropping heavy at the moment? Yep, sorry, you probably said that in a while back. Alright, is it sweeping liquidity though at the Asian session lows in order to head back up? So this is the type of scenario where I'd be looking to buy it if we close back above, maybe in a long lower wick. That could be enough to suggest we're heading back up towards the highs. GU is probably done likewise, yep. Might have the margin though, to be honest. Be a bit of a wide stop loss as well. Yeah, the majors all look the same at the minute. In gold, we have just consolidating. Let's see. No hurry, guys. Just wait for the plan to present. Batman, thank you, mate. Appreciate it. And I don't ask for anything from anyone, to be honest, and I would never, ever initiate conversation. So if someone sends you a DM claiming to be me, it's not me. Just block it. You guys are more than welcome to contact me if you want to say g'day or have a chat or just ask any questions about anything. You're more than welcome. But yeah, if you could, least you could do for me is follow on TikTok and also subscribe on the YouTube channel. It's all for free, guys, so there's no catch. Exact same name, exact same profile name on both. On YouTube, you get full screen. Full screen, you see the numbers, everything. Batman, do I use indicators or is it? No, like this one here is not a particular indicator that gives me a signal to enter. I just like to know where we are within the actual proceedings of the day. So this is what it's called the Asian session range, but it's technically speaking, the Asian session is still open, but I've got it set to the actual Asian open until the EU open. And what I tend to find is price will generally, obviously creates a high and low for today. A lot of it's, not always, but a lot of the time price will break, for instance, the high and then revert back to it. If we remain above it, generally speaking, we tend to trend bullish for the next little period of time. Off the back of that, I can usually get some potential opportunities as long as everything else ticks the box, same to the downside. And this particular green candle here is the daily candle printing beside the current price action. So I know just roughly again with how strong we're forming, if it's a strong bullish candle, weak bullish candle, are we potentially flipping, what the high and low is, that type of thing. So they're not candles that, or signal, indicators that give me a signal, if you know what I mean. So it's not like an EMA where people use that to say we've crossed 20's crossed over the 50 or whatever. Nothing like that, or it's not the RSI saying it's overbought, oversold. Still, the exact same entry signals apply, so it's all about price action. But that's just how I go about it. Muhammad, first time on stream, your Instagram, TikTok, please. It's in the description down below, mate. Dangel, next dollar buy. I'm still looking for the buy. I'm only interested in buying it. Mum, join. Welcome to you. Yeah, man. Good. Thanks. All good, mate. All good. Dangel, K22. I just said I'm only interested in looking for buys at the minute. You made it sell 36.42. Again, up to you. For me, there is no sell here. Where's your stop loss? You need to have a plan. Maybe buy, yeah. I mean, favorite buys as well. I just don't quite have a catalyst. Let's see, in just under 6 minutes, are we gonna close up near the highs of this resistance? We'll just have to wait and see. Cancel the zone out. I mean, zoom out. TikToks, that's all as far as I can go. Want the full screen? Jump across to the YouTube stream. Okay, guys, back in just a moment. I'll go anyway.
ของนี่เฮ็ดตอนนี้บ่เนี่ย
ประมาณ
ทำเลย
I mean,
Okay.
แล้วก็
I have it.
Sorry guys, what? I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon, guys. We just got the handyman. Yeah. Perfect time, but there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, I'll stick around for this candle though. I'll see if we can get a valid entry. The crazy rain you get here, constantly fixing things, so... man, thank you for the sticker, by the way. Hanson, can you please explain fair value gaps and liquidity voids? And no idea. Don't trade fair value gaps. I just mentioned it about 15 minutes ago. It's not what I do. So I'm definitely not the person to ask when it comes to fair value gaps. From what I know, a fair value gap is this, I think, but I'm not even sure if I'm correct. I have that bullish candle below this bearish candle. I have no idea what this bullish candle. I don't trade for fair value gaps, I trade price action. So that's the thing, it's everyone just assumes everyone trades for fair value gaps. All that type of thing. No, not everyone does. Asian, yes, Thailand. Long as a buy sell, to me it's more a buy than a sell. Handsome, what is your strategy? Price action. Price action, generally speaking, try to stick to a particular bias. But I'm not always fixated on it. At the minute, when we're in such a strong uptrend here on gold, I am fixated on the bias being bullish. Yeah, so again, I look at these zones as certain levels of accumulation, liquidity zones. I just call it support resistance. And right now we're at a pretty strong level. Not the gray zones that are higher time frame zones. So you see here, that means it's a 4 hour. Blue zones are 15 and 30 minute zones. But we are respecting at the minute. So to me, it's can't buy it until we're above it. Don't have any confluence, any reason to take it until we're above it, because we could end up rejecting, coming back down to the support, and I could get my opportunity from lower down on the right sort of price action catalyst. So that's why for me at the minute, can't do nothing until we're above. Would you ever shorten uptrend? Yes, if we are at a key level, and if I do have some other confluences, such as maybe some micro structure to the downside, or even a higher time frame candle closing back in the opposite direction to the trend. Thank you. Oh, nice one. Whereabouts are you? I'm up northeast in the lovely city of Udon. I love it here. It's a really nice place. Tony Gold, add you up. Nice one, mate. No, guys, don't DM this moron. This soul, whatever his name is, you can bugger off. I didn't even know they were coming today, to be honest. They were here yesterday, and the day before when I wasn't here. Fixing some... Sorry, the dog up to mischief. Fixing some leaks in the ceilings and that. You're in Phuket? Yeah, it's also a nice place, isn't it? But I prefer it here, in all honesty. It's not as crazy, but it still has everything. Still got everything you need. It's got some really good clubs as well, local clubs and that, which is why I prefer over the bars and that. It does have bars, but obviously not as many as Phuket. It's all a lot cheaper here, that's for sure. You understand? Yeah. Alrighty guys, well unfortunately I've got to get going because then Wayne's come back into this room to do some work. Apologies for the abrupt end. We'll be back on tomorrow. No dramas at all tomorrow. We'll be back same time as today. To my team, I should be all good to see you guys later for pre-and-way and a quick catch up. Once again, apologies guys, I had no idea that they'll gonna show up today. Hell of a lot cheaper than coming from, yeah it is, isn't it mate? Coming from Oz as well. But yeah, thank you for the support. Welcome from the Philippines. Good day to you. I've never been, I would love to go sometime. But yeah, my team, I'll catch you guys later. Sorry guys.
No issue, man. See you later.
Cheers mate. Bye.
Bye.
And YouTube, TikTok, once again, apologies for the abrupt ending, but otherwise I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, have a good one, trade safe, and bye for now too.